If you're a heating air conditioning technician or a salesperson, what are 7 things you should know about before you get started, and why do they matter? This is an important question. I'm Scott Bell. I'm coming to you live for HVAC technician sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So let's start with number 1. There is a great deal of money to be made in the trades. There are people that easily make 6 figures a year, $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year. The better people make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, but there is a learning curve to that. Very rarely is somebody going to walk right in and say, hey, I'm going to instantly be at 100 grand a year. It sometimes takes some work to get to it. You're going to have to role play, you're going to have to practice, you're going to have to put in the work, and you're going to have to put in the effort. There's seasons, there's sales slumps, there's feast and famine sometimes. And so here's my encouragement to you. If you're thinking about getting in this industry, know that you should definitely put some money in savings, because sometimes the leads just don't happen. Sometimes summer doesn't happen, sometimes winter doesn't happen, and sometimes that happens in the same year. Number 2, there's a pressure from the homeowner to get things done. There's an expectation that when you get to a call, you do your door approach, you have the conversation, there's an expectation and a pressure that you're going to be able to fix things today. Sometimes it doesn't happen. There's special motors, there's special parts, you got to go to the warehouse, sometimes it takes a while. Hey, and there's even some manufacturers that if you overnight, you lose the warranty on the equipment. Check with your vendor. Not everybody's like that, but there are times where you just got to be aware of that. Now, this is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not on the YouTube channel. You got to know that. Number 3, a client's problems will get taken out on you. There's times where you show up and the person's angry, they're upset, has nothing to do with you, right? And sometimes you got to be the person that brings them around to have the conversation. It takes your wit, it takes your personality, it takes your charisma. It's tiring, right? There's calls that I can think of even till this day where people were having problems. Show up at a house, somebody found out that day they have cancer, their air conditioner is going out. They take it out on me. It was my role and responsibility to do everything I could to help them, and I did. By the end of the time, I had them laughing. We both cried together. It happens that way sometimes. Number 4, I guarantee you this, if you work for a performance company, you are going to have pressure put on you to close deals. You are going to have pressure put on you to close membership agreements, partnership plans, preventative maintenance plans, whatever you want to call them, parts, pieces, add-on sales, ductwork, insulation, set leads for heating and air units, even set leads for roofs, for plumbing, for setting green sprinklers. Just know that if you work for a larger organization, you're going to be put under scrutiny. They're going to go over the numbers. The better companies do this. And here's the thing that I found when I was on a management team. The people who were performing, they loved the numbers. The people who were not performing hated when the numbers came out. This even included me when I was in full-time sales when I was a technician. Number 5, some days are stressful. Some days, there was days that I just would get home and I would be stressed out, upset, frustrated, all the negative emotions. There were some days that I was super happy, closed every deal that I went to, sold every club that I could, sold every agreement that I could, sold every add-on that I could. Ups and downs, ups and downs. Number 6, how you communicate matters. You have to take the time to learn how to sell. You have to take the time to learn how to communicate. You're like, Scott, I just want to fix things. That arrangement will work for about 3 to 6 months. You're going to have a buffer time. You're brand new. Someone's going to come to you and say, hey, look, we've given you the gap. We've given you the time. Dude, chick, you got to close some deals. You got to make stuff happen. 3 months is most companies, occasionally is 6 months. 7, we're going to use sign language 7. Your personal life will definitely impact your sales life, okay? If you got weird stuff going on in your personal life, very rarely is it easy to compartmentalize what's going on. It's going to create some issues for you. Number 8, bonus number 8 for you sticking around. Here's what you need to know. If you're a technician, you're an installer, even a salesperson, your body wears out. I've got issues with my knees from kneeling on concrete from being a technician. My body is worn out. So while I was working as a technician, I went and got an MBA. I've got a master's in business administration. Heating air tech, I would show up sometimes at school, my tech uniform, van parked out in front of the school. People are like, what are you doing here? You're a technician. I'm like, I don't want to do this forever. At some point, I either want to move into management or at some point I want to move into consulting and training. And I was able to go get an MBA. Wasn't married, didn't have kids. I understand the plight of people who are busy and got a family. It takes a lot of work, but your body will wear out on you. It's very rare. It happens, but it's very rare to see techs out there in the field that are 55, 60 years old that don't complain all the time about their knees, their elbow, and their sight. There you go. You got one thing to do from here. Just one thing. Find the subscribe button. Click on it every time I send out a video. You'll get an update that says HVAC Tech Secret sent another fantastic video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon.